the decision then to say, right, enough of the electrician work and the ESB work?
Yeah, well, this was a good, steady, pensionable job, and there was a lot of, emphasis put on that in those days. It was very important to think of your pension in 40 years' time or whatever. And but I teamed up with the boys, Ronnie and Barney and Kieran and Luke, and I was doing the odd few gigs with them and eating into my annual leave in the ESB until suddenly all my annual leave was gone, and we had a big gig up in the Ulster Hall in Belfast. So I got my brother Dennis to ring up the boss and say, John is sick today, he won't be in.
Yeah.
So anyway, I got back the next day from Belfast into the job, and the boss said, how did the gig go last night? And I said, what gig? He said, there's a big report in the Irish Times today. So that was the signal to me. You want to think of it's either the music or the drawing office. So I opted for the music, and we had a serious meeting that night, the day that I left.
With the band?
Ronnie and Barney and Kieran and Luke. Normally we'd meet for the crack in O'Donoghue's, but because this is a business meeting and we're going to talk about the future, we moved over to Donia Nesbitt's pub across the road.
That's where the serious work happened.
To give it the air of a serious meeting. But during the course of the meeting, a big row broke out, and there was tables upturned and pints spilt, and F you, and that's the end of an F the whole lot. So here am I driving home, thinking, what am I after doing, giving up my good job in the ESB? And the group is broken up here and then. So anyway, Ronnie rings me the next day and said, are you okay for Friday night if we have a gig? And I said, but Ronnie, I thought the group broke up last night. Don't take any notice of that. That happens every couple of weeks.
Yeah. It's the messing that you guys get up to that always makes me laugh, looking back on tapes and things like that. And that's why when I say the word octopus...
the octopus jig.
We're going to look at a clip of it. I don't know whether we should get you to set it up and explain how it came about first, or do you want to look at it and tell us about it afterwards?
We were just messing around at a party one night.
Barney was some party.
Yeah, it was. We had a lot of parties.
Yeah, so I gather.
But Barney was sitting down playing the banjo, and for a bit of devilment, I came behind him, behind his chair, and put the fiddle under his chin. And I started fingering the banjo, he fingered the fiddle, and swapped the action of the two instruments that way. And then in the middle of that, Kieran comes over and puts a tin whistle into my mouth and blow, and he fingered the jig on it. And then you'll see maybe you'll see the final
it all
clip.
ends up in a very Irish way, which becomes very, very clear when you see this.